the two daughters.
You're out of order.
What was my order? Two burgers and some fries.
Okay. You were out there.
Yeah.
Why'd you get
All
such a
right.
big pen?
So
Yeah,
we
so
are
okay.
live. Okay.
Sometime.
It is all going as far as I know.
As far as you know, all right, sir.
It says it's being live streamed, so.
3:30, September 8th, 2025. We call this meeting of the Pack County Solid Waste Management Board to order. And we do have a quorum, so we are in order. First order of business, we need to review and approve the agenda. So moved by Gunter.
Second.
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 Second by John Miller. Any discussion? All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Ooh, okay,
All right, Lois is working.
here we go. The agenda is approved. Likewise for the minutes of our August 11 meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second. Rob.
Okay. Mr. Bowling, second by Rob. Wait. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
You're opposed?
Just a little.
No, I said aye. I said
Okay,
yes.
all right, delayed reaction. Minutes are approved. Now Jackie's not public, she'll be private when we get to that section, right?
Yes, she can talk under that section as long as you're good with that. Cause you're the chair.
Okay.
So,
It's up to you, Fred.
No, no, you're private, you're not public.
I have no correspondence.
Water bucket issues.
Okay, in the handout that I passed around or got passed around, there's a couple things regarding this. One is the a quote for a new bucket, and then the other is just a schematic diagram of a bucket. And now, a little background on this: our current loader that we have up there. When did we get that thing? It was at 02, 2 years ago. Yeah. The grapple bucket that we got at that time has been giving us problems pretty early on after we got it. I know they came out and looked at it a number of times for the way it closes, like it starts closing and then it'll just slam one of the things shut, so you just get this bang, they came out multiple times. Oh yeah, it's normal, and it's like, well, it's not normal. And so of course, after the warranty was out, I think we got a pretty short warranty on something like that. But after the warranty was over, we've had quite a few cylinders you had rebuilt on those.
We had one cylinder. We've rebuilt one grapple twice, the other grapple once, and we're in the process of constantly welding it. So it's just busting apart.
It's breaking itself apart.
And the bottom of the inside of the bucket's actually cracked.
Yeah. So.
Other than that, no problem.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's been a great deal, yeah.
So that bucket is not holding up to the rigors that we were hoping it would. So what we're running into is, like Joe said, our staff, Frank, and he's had help from others. He's a pretty good fabricator, and he's welding this stuff back together, and it's cracking. They replaced the hollow tube with a solid pin for the pivot, and still we're breaking things. So we had Highway come out and look at it, saying, is there something that's goofy? You guys have tried to dial down the hydraulics. The machine, you can program the machine to slow the hydraulics down to a certain point, but we're at that lowest point where anything lower, they said it would burn up our pumps or whatever, because you're restricting the flow too much.
Right now, we're so low, it'll only lift one grapple at a time.
Yep.
So it goes up, then the other one goes up. The other one goes down, the other one goes down.
Yeah, and it's,
It's as low as we can go.
Is
yeah,
this a different product or make than what we have?
No, we have another Dymax bucket that's been there since before I've even been there.
And how long is that?
Oh, I've been here since 2010, so it's older than that.
yeah.
And we've had a few cracks.
So why would this one be bad?
And steel.
Huh?
It's a different design,
Yeah.
a completely different design,
What did you
different size cylinders, everything.
did you talk to the guy or the sales guy and tell him
Mhm.
the problem with what you got now versus what you had in the past?
Mhm.
What
He
did he
said
say?
it's normal.
Oh, sure.
It's normal.
You're right, Ken.
Well,
Yeah.
good,
Because
maybe we should.
I had to I sent videos of the bucket and everything right to the manufacturer. And the engineer got back to me and said, oh, that's just normal.
Why didn't you tell him we'll go and find another manufacturer? There's gotta be other,
So is this one that you got this quote on, is it the same brand or is it a different brand?
No. This is an actual different brand.
And Joe, now would probably be the time to talk about the different quotes you got.
Yeah, I did go back to Fabric because when you order stuff like this, you have to go through a dealer. You just can't go to the
Yeah.
manufacturer. So I got 5 quotes. And they actually went back to Dymax and they're still the highest priced one.
What was it?
30,347.
wow.
And this B&D, the one quote you got here, they are actually the lowest. That B&D Fabricators, they are the lowest.
What's the difference between the two?
Different manufacturers.
What?
Manufacturers are different.
Is this a different design?
But I mean, the
Different design, yep.
price is such a gross difference.
I don't know.
Where is this B&D out of?
B&D's out of like up by not Stratford.
Wisconsin, though. I
It's,
mean,
yeah, it's off 20, it's up west of Wausau. So they actually came down and looked at the old bucket and just picked it apart and then designed the bucket like the other one we have, the one that's actually lasting.
So
So
you told him the problems you were having, and he said, oh, that's normal.
not
this
him,
guy.
not him, Dymax.
Oh, the other outfit, okay.
Yep. B&D is the one that just sent the new design and the new price.
Yeah, so why this is here today is, what we're hoping to do is, if we get your, blessing on it, we would like to, approach, it'll probably be next month, run it through finance to see if we can't, add this to, a capital expense. We came in pretty far under on, both of the projects that we had this year. So we were gonna see if maybe we could run it through finance. I'm sure it'll have to be approved as a separate project, but the money's in the pot for capital this year. It would be good if we could run it through finance and then county board as a budget adjustment for 2025 and try and order this bucket now so we could get it sooner than later. Cause
It's not gonna make it through the winter.
yeah, these guys have been doing everything they can. Highway came out, looked at it. They were talking about, oh, we can maybe redesign this and do this and cut this off and put these things on. And they're just like, at that point, by the time we pay all that labor and all this stuff, then we're getting a bucket that we're
gonna redesign and rebuild a whole bucket. out of
we
it.
don't know if it's going to be any better. You know, this one is basically a clone of the one that lasted for many years. So,
Have you tried
There's
duct
just
tape?
a lot of different design,
Maybe try duct tape.
yeah.
a lot of different designs on this one compared to the old
No
one.
country is not welcome anymore.
Yeah. You know, and they make like off the shelf buckets. That's what we were kind of looking at first. You know, like Caterpillar itself makes its own bucket with a grapple, but they're very lightweight and they have full sidewalls on them. If you look at that drawing, you'll see it's kind of hard to tell just from the sketch there. But where the grapple curved grapple comes down, you'll see the bottom of the bucket is almost L-shaped, but it's got a C in the middle there. So that cutout, it allows you to grab long things or oddball piles. So when these guys are grabbing into that pile of whatever up there at the PTF, they can grab onto that they don't have to get it all within the confines of that bucket. Where the sides that a normal cat bucket, it's great for scooping up gravel and sand and all that stuff, but for odd shaped things, it's not so great. You might be able to catch the corner, like if you're trying to pick up a mattress or something, you know, you might be able to catch a corner of it and catch it with a grapple or something, but with this, you can scoop right up into that and it'll curl up into the bucket. So,
Hey, John, on the, when you approach Heidi, you know, that at the end of the year, she's history. So, you know dang well that her best friend is gonna want a bunch of stuff. So you get to be firm when you're coming through with things like this.
well, it's a necessary, it's an essential part of our operation, you know, and
We know that.
the next time we have this, I wish I would have brought the capital stuff. When were we planning on rotating that loader? Was it in a couple of years
A
yet?
couple of years yet.
Yeah.
I think that might-
We have it on our capital expense to replace the bucket at that time, in a couple of years. It wasn't next year. I think it was the year after. You got that with you?
2028
Oh, so it's
A long
even
time.
a
is
few
to
years.
replace the loader
A
and the bucket.
lifetime.
Yep. So, we're not gonna be able to tack this thing together that long, you know, so
Okay.
we wanna get a new bucket. And then when it gets closer to time to replace that, loader, we'll evaluate where this bucket is and maybe we won't have to get a bucket that year, you know, maybe they'll be not on the same rotation, you know.
I've talked to Highway about B&D. B&D, Highway buys B&D buckets from them.
Right.
So I've talked to Highway about it.
They should,
So-
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I like the idea that it's.
Because they
a-
actually have two Dymax and they've rebuilt both of them too, so.
Yep, I
You know,
like,
you could have a matching cap to your shirt from GFL.
No thanks.
so, I guess what I would ask of this board is if you're okay with that, with us going forward with that, bringing that to finance, then we should probably have a motion to
Yeah.
approach finance with the request to purchase this bucket. You know,
Let's go for it.
Ken,
By Gunter, there a second?
Second.
Second by Scott.
Scott,
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Okay.
okay. Now, number 7 there, possible contract extension with GFL. Talked with our corp counsel. We just have to do a few little tweaks on things. We can do it. But I reached out to our GFL rep there to see, because when they approached us, they talked about giving us a freeze on the price increase for that first year. Well, none of that was in that original or that first contract
No.
extension that he sent me. So I responded to him asking for clarification on that. I was like, this needs to be on paper somewhere, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I haven't heard back from him yet. And that's sort of on me. I've been kind of busy with a lot of other stuff. So I got to call him and iron out those details before we move forward any further with that. So probably next month. There's no big rush on this. This contract, our hauling contract, goes through the end of July next year. So we've got plenty of time to get this ironed out. I just want to make sure we do it right the first time.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
that's why I don't have anything for you right now. I thought I might. So,
Okay. Recycling ordinance changes.
okay.
So back on July 1st, the recycling rule revision changed. So the DNR put out a nice little webinar about that I watched. So most of the changes seemed like they were from multifamily homes and like apartment complexes and that kind of thing. They updated their like sample ordinance that they have on their website, and I printed that off. And I was already going through ours to like update it for the year and stuff anyway. So I highlighted a couple things. Basically, this is just on the agenda to just let you know that it's coming at you soon, I guess. We have to have the updated ordinance submitted to the DNR by April of next year. So we have time, but that's something that I'll be bringing to you within the next couple months here. But yeah, otherwise, I think it looks like our ordinance follows the DNR's very closely. So I can't imagine it'll take a whole lot to really make the changes. Yeah, that's that, I guess.
Yeah, I just wanted to have that on the agenda so that I assume like maybe next month or the month after, whatever, we'll bring the ordinance with the changes highlighted and everything, so we can discuss all that.
When was
Yeah.
this brought up?
What's that?
The ordinance change?
I think well, they've been talking about it for the last couple of years, but it actually went into effect July 1st.
Oh, okay.
So,
So have they added or removed any items from the list?
Not like in that aspect. It's more like, so they went away too with, we used to have like a per capita, like average, like per person household needed to like recycle so much, we needed to report that. But they kind of went away with those like outdated numbers, and it more has to do with, like making sure they have proper containers at the multifamily stuff. They didn't like add or remove items, I guess, from recycling. It was just more, it's like the ratio of garbage to recycling at multifamily homes. It was like the biggest change, I think. I watched that like a month ago already, I feel like, so I don't super remember, and I wanted to like rewatch it and have a little bit more specific information for you guys, but I was up at the PTF all day and
Yeah.
busy, so yeah, but it's not like anything super crazy, but yeah, it was more just like pickup and like recycling pickup frequencies too. Making sure that people have access to like enough there's enough recycling, especially like curbside frequency pickup, so that it's not overflowing and that kind of thing. Yeah, there was only, it didn't seem like a lot of it really, I don't know, changed my life too much, I guess. So, but yeah, I'll have those for you within the next couple months or so.
yeah, we'll spell out all the changes and how that will affect our program. I don't think any of it's negative or anything like that, so I think
No.
we're good there. So just wanted to let you know that's coming.
Okay.
I think we're good. If anybody else has questions, read over here. All right.
Next up.
Yeah, the next one, Town of Little Wolf, discussion of nails and other debris on the roadways, and that would be, you guys wanna invite Jackie up to talk? We can talk about there were some complaints, about, people getting nails and tires and whatnot in our, near our facility, and we've been discussing back and forth on what could be done on our end to help with that process, like what are we doing and how could we do things different, or what could be done? Cause the town has been approached by at least one complaint regarding the nails and stuff like that. So invited you to come talk if you would like.
I appreciate that. First off, I want to say I've had great rapport and response from John and Joe and Allison. However, they feel their hands are kind of tied on these things, so that's why I felt I should come to you folks. So what we have is a non-metallic mine on that road. If you can imagine where the PTF is coming off of town on County B, and then the mine is east of that on Swan Road. So that's where I've heard the problem is with there's maybe some bumpy roads and some rough patches in the road. So 2 years ago, to give you a little history, 2 years ago, I feel like it was, if we had complaints, and one of the folks that live on that road is George and Sue Mitem, if they get flat tires, you're gonna hear it, because they do not appreciate having flat tires, and they live just farther east over down the other side of the hill there.
Okay.
So George and Sue were probably the motivators and the impetus at least 2 years ago, that once a week the magnet went up and down Swan Road all the way to Cemetery Road, which is maybe about a mile and a half. would you say? And then we ran into a lot of problems with the pit having semi-traffic, and I know it got rough. So the town did do a patch, what do you call that?
Overlay.
No, we did just a one in the bad spot. It'll come to me. I'll spit it out as soon as it comes to my brain. So many terminology things. So we did fix that. And then halfway down the road is the crossroad of Spring Creek Road. We totally repaved from Spring Creek to Cemetery. So I don't feel there's any rough patches there. Now, Haas can only go, because of weight limit, from the pit out to Murray and out to B. We do not let him go down east on our road because there's a lot of traffic and our roads are not built for that. So we have to protect the town road. However, I can't imagine that we don't have a solution that we can come upon. And so I'm asking you folks that maybe you give John and Joe and Allison a little bit of permission relief that they can work with the town and we can figure out, maybe we need a new magnet, maybe we need a new apparatus that the magnet sits upon as it goes down the road so that it doesn't, so a 2-inch pavement rut, for lack of a better terminology, isn't gonna make it bottom out. Cause what I'm being told, and it totally makes sense, I'm a farm girl, when that magnet, the big roller, as wide as a lane of traffic, I believe.
Pretty close, yep.
Pretty close. When that bottoms out on one of those bumps or divots, then everything that is picked up drops off.
Not
Okay,
only
and it
that-
puts dents in the roller.
Yeah, Not
So
only that, is the road is curved, where the tire tracks are, it humps up in the middle.
Yeah.
And Paul did last week, went the other way for the first time in years, and he just drug it right down.
Ooh.
Now, yeah, that's a very expensive magnet that we are scraping across the asphalt,
Mhm.
so.
So, I guess it probably, it makes sense to me to ask, how high do you need to be where you lose any magnetic force? What's the distance to be properly efficient? That's a question, cause it's a big magnet. So, or do we just need to go over to Abe's shop over there on Baldwin Road and ask them to make us some kind of, something to put that up in the air a little bit with, like, put it
The
on its
higher-
own axle
Mhm.
kind of thing. I
Right.
just would like to look for a solution so we can continue to be good neighbors between the PTF and the town of Little Wolf. And I know there's something in the contracts in the file. I've not been able to put my thumb on it yet. That when they built the PTF there, the county and the town did make road agreements and have a cooperative agreement. So I'm asking that we just continue that, and we've cited a new problem. We need to maybe work harder at finding a solution.
Cause right now our magnet's rated for the height that it's set at. The higher you go, you're just gonna lose the power.
Right,
And all
right,
the-
and that's
you know,
just,
so-
that's just physics, that's
So
whatever it
Joe,
is. So-
is there,
Yeah.
maybe that's something we could look into, is there a different kind of, as you're talking about that, I'm thinking like those, you ever see those mowers that have multiple decks?
Well, that's what we
For
talked
doing
about.
greens,
Yeah, that it keeps the
maybe
bounce out of
we
it.
could do a little looking online, see if there's like a different kind of magnet rig we could look into, and
I'm sure there is, a whole new magnet.
well, what I'm saying is, if there's something that would, conform to the road a little better, maybe us and the town,
React a little less violently when you do hit a
maybe us and the
little,
town
cause
could
I mean, it's just a
split
matter
the
of.
cost of something like that, and then, then we would be able to run that.
I
that
would say the
section.
town would be amenable to looking at that with you if you get us estimates and stuff like that. Because obviously that, I think we must probably have 3/4 of a mile from Spring Creek Road to where your improved road there past the pit on the west end starts. We don't have any money in the budget like every town
Yeah.
doesn't have to improve that road and bring it up to the standards it needs to be. It's not gonna be this year and it's not gonna be next year. And I'm sure the county's not gonna supply that either. And we ask and ask because we know. So and I'm the clerk, so I do the budget, so I know before the rest of them. So yeah, that's what I'm here to ask you folks is maybe allow your staff and our partners to, let's look into maybe finding a good fix for this, because I'll just tell you, Jimmy Hass for the pit there, one tire costs him $120 if he gets a nail in it. And that is to go to take it off, take it into B&B in Manawa, have them put it on the thing and plug it. It's $120. That's not counting his, if it's in, right, if it's in a sidewall, then he's screwed. But you know, when he's got how many of those on the truck, I don't know, cause I'm not in the dump truck business, but you know, when you look at his exposure, and now we aren't even counting what his downtime is on that machine. And if it's warm out and he can go, he's busy, he's making money finally, and we aren't gonna stand in his way doing that either. So we wanna kinda work together and find a solution.
Cause if there was something like that, that would have, you know, shorter sections of magnet, you know, maybe there would be
I'm
like,
sure there's.
That would make
today's
sense
you
too.
could gang 3 of them together and we'd be able to pull it along and,
Well, that's a good thought.
you know, something like that.
Might be cheaper if you buy a more, you know how they like to charge you if you pick the standard
Yeah.
size? But if you go a little bit bigger, it's not quite the standard that they don't make all the time, and you pay double for something
Yep.
a foot wider.
We
So
can-
maybe we can and
Yeah.
I think it's doable, if we just
Look
put our
into
heads
that.
together.
I just wanna put out there too, that, you know, we'll do the best we can with we'll get something, or if we can find something, we'll run that section, you know, once a week like we talked about, and, but we're not the only roads people drive on, you know, so,
Cause with that said,
yeah.
2 weeks ago, 2 days in a row, I picked up deck screws on the corner of B&E. Now, I'm pretty sure they didn't bounce out of our parking lot.
Yeah.
B&E in Ogdensburg.
Oh,
When I stopped at the stop sign, there was deck screws laying on the road.
I gotta tell you, these trailers with the slats in the wood on the bottom, they're the sprinkle monsters. Every bump they hit, they're sprinkling screws and hardware from whatever their weekend warrior projects are. So I don't know if there's something ordinance wise we can do with that. They have to contain their load. That doesn't mean just the top. That means the bottom as well. So maybe that's some way we can look at it too, because when it comes right down to it, that's littering. So it is a state law enforceable. Maybe we need to put our noggins together and figure out how we can, but I'll tell you something else. I was working at Ogdensburg the last 2.5 years as their town clerk. And so I go from my home on B in Manawa to Ogdensburg, and that's the road. And I can tell you nearly every time I see folks come off of County B, turn onto Murray Road, pull over at that first farm right there, Nenning's farm, and tarp their load there.
Oh, yeah.
They do it down on Murray too.
We see it all the time. My husband has followed people. One time a pallet flew off the back of a trailer and nearly hit the front of our truck. And I said, well, if you're tailgating, then I don't feel sorry for you, but that's another story. But he followed the guy right into the recycle center, and he said, you can go back and pick that pallet up that you left lay back there too. Cause I witnessed it, and the guy did. He went back and I said he probably drove the next mile over and threw it in the ditch anyway, but it's really a problem, and it's a public road, so we cannot stop them from driving on our public road. It's not a weight issue that we can control with state law. But so there isn't a problem here, and maybe it is just getting the word out that, you know, and I don't know how the sheriff, they're not gonna come and watch for litter bugs either.
You know,
Right.
Actually, they were there twice last week sitting in our driveway.
Are they?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
good.
caught a guy, yeah.
See, boom. And that's all it takes for the word to get out is a few,
Right.
cause a littering fine is not cheap either.
No, it's not like,
$250.
But here's what I
Yeah,
get, when
yeah.
people complain, I say, call the sheriff's
I
department.
know.
I don't wanna get involved.
No, I know it. That's
Yeah.
human nature.
So
They wanna.
So then don't complain to me.
No, they want us to be their mouthpieces, and that's strictly human nature, and that's what this
Yeah,
is.
And I think this problem is countywide, cause in the last year, I had 3 flat tires with screws or nails.
Well, Packet
Well,
County's
it
got a
was-
lot of metal around, cause you got the scrap places and all that stuff, there's a lot
And
of.
they don't cover their loads when they go through with them semis of scrap. So I'm not real happy with them either when we see them, cause I
Just-
always, yeah,
Unfortunately, no matter where the nail is, it's our fault.
I know.
Well, this, I wasn't anywhere near your road, so I didn't get it by you, but, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just it, their problem.
Aluminum roofing nails.
Right.
More common.
I had a
Yeah.
screw in one of them.
Yep.
One of them was a screw.
Yep, most of your roofing nails now are
Mhm.
aluminum.
Siding, yeah.
Which is
Oh, so the magnet
stupid,
is
but it's
okay.
cheaper.
Yep.
So they're cheaper to produce.
How many times a week do you go up and down that road or days?
We mag it once a week.
Once a
Do you
week?
always get something?
Maybe
Paul
we-
only got a couple nails the last time.
Maybe we need to go more frequently. I don't know.
Well, I think what Joe's talking about is they go out the PTF to B.
Yep, we
They
only
don't
go to B and
go
back.
down
Oh, you
the
only go to
town
B and
part
back.
of it.
We can't go
No.
the other way because the road's rough. Number two,
Oh,
the designated route from our driveway is to B.
True, but you know,
Okay.
that's not always.
And that's why the
Yep.
county, back when they built the PTF, the county upgraded that's of road, that length of road to a county highway spec so that it would withstand and that they
Yeah.
could maintain it that way.
Mhm.
So that was done already. It's just that other stretch in the
Other stretch.
town
Yeah, okay.
that they've got the equipment. And I think up until a couple years ago, you folks were good and responsive with, and then it kind of fell by the wayside and we didn't really get a lot of complaints. So like normal, we addressed our complaints as they came in, and if it wasn't that, we didn't address them.
Cause we used to go to
So-
cemetery, all the way to
Yes.
cemetery, all the way to B.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the road got so rough from the dump trucks and stuff, we couldn't do it no more.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally tearing up an expensive magnet.
And
Yeah.
that's on the forklift. You pick it up with a forklift.
No, it's on the trailer hitch of the pickup truck. We bought another one.
I
Years
see.
ago,
Is
yeah.
it an electromagnet or just a regular?
Just a regular magnet,
Okay.
yeah.
I didn't know more power in an electromagnet would be,
Yeah, those
you could
are
raise it higher, but.
really
they might-
expensive.
They might be
Yeah.
expensive, but
Yeah.
I'm sticking the height, you
Price
know,
goes proportionately.
Yeah.
With the rough road. Yeah.
So, and I'm seeing that a lot of you folks don't understand, didn't know before today that this was an issue. So mainly I wanted to bring it to your attention and again, ask for you to give these folks the leeway to work on it. And I'm happy to be the contact and help you with it. And if the town needs to split it with you, I do believe that would be an amenable solve for them too. Next year, we may pea gravel that stretch and then that would smooth things out substantially too, which would help be able to get you to Spring Creek Road, and then beyond is brand new. So,
Yeah.
so that's easy peasy too.
Along with the magnet solution, with other technological solutions, and especially now that I'm hearing about aluminum nails, which is gonna be a total monkey wrench in the works. Is there any blowers out there? that you
Well,
Well,
we don't wanna
someone-
do that,
down right off
cause we
one
don't wanna
side?
blow nails into the neighbor's grass, so now his lawnmowers are getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We talked about that because the Parks Department, we've got one of these riding mowers that we got a giant blower on the front of it. It would clean the road off, but it just shoots everything to the side, so.
Well, let's go backwards on that. What about a vacuum?
Sweeper.
Yeah, I mean, ideally, the ideal solution would be run our street sweeper up and down the road, but
Yeah.
that would be very expensive to get highway up. Highway has a street sweeper, but, paying to get that up there and then someone to zip up and down that road, how many times a year, I don't know. That's gonna be incredibly expensive.
Does Manawa have one?
That I don't know.
Pretty close.
The city,
I don't think that's a good
Does.
alternative.
They'll charge you. No
Well, that's what I'm
matter
saying. It's a,
Nah,
Depends
too
on the guys
expensive
too,
to
you
do
can hire,
damage.
they'll charge.
Probably
Yeah.
feasible.
yeah.
You know, also
And if
too,
he gets-
people,
You get nails or screws in the field and the animal steps on it, gets injured, well, then you got another problem.
and I'm sure there's nails on that Murray, that gravel part.
Oh, hell yes.
Asphalt, that's been
Yep.
gravel for
I think
years.
the young guy that does this on that road probably covers them up when he does
He
that.
fucks them up.
And he never gets done, that young man with that pickup truck
Yeah.
that likes to fishtail and wreck our grading. Yeah, yeah.
oh, that's our Parks guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I refuse to go down there. Picking the nails off.
I know.
So I think that would be a good first step for us is to look into some sort of different like rig that would be able to, follow the contours a little better with, anti-scalp wheels. I think of it like a mower deck, but anti-scalp things, so you're not scraping
Oh, I'm
that
sure
magnet.
nowadays they make just about anything and everything.
Yeah, if we can find something that would,
But I guess I can.
that would work a little better and then, yeah.
Cause I didn't think we bought this magnet back. We didn't have the magnet when I started, so we started magging in 2012, 2013 maybe.
So it is, I guess I don't know what the life expectancy is. It depends on how many times you
It should last
bottom out
forever.
and
as
dip.
long- Yeah, as long as, but
makes.
I would say
But,
the sentiment of the board, I don't know if we need a motion on this, but I have full confidence in our staff to grab this and run with it. We're saying up to 50% as a general guideline, and just look at all technological solutions for this, from vacuums to blowers to magnets to angled magnets,
yeah,
pivot magnets or whatever. Do the best job you can with the town and see what you can come up with.
I'm
And
sure there's gotta be a magnet out there somehow.
Speaking of vacuums, I've seen, now you'd have to rig something up to be next to the road, but I've seen big vacuums they put on forks of a Bobcat or a skid steer, and it's run off the hydraulics and it actually vacuums stuff up, but I think it just has a hose, but here we go fabricating again, it might be,
Right.
you may have to fabricate. Cause with
Yeah.
the aluminum nails, you'll have a,
There is some issues, with like street sweeper and stuff, when they suck all that stuff off the road, everything that gets pumped into that thing, I don't know what highway does with it or whatever, but I know I seen, it was at a park conference, they were talking about running street sweepers and stuff. All that stuff, all the heavy metals out of tires and all that stuff, that's in your load now. Now your load is considered, some kind of hazardous waste or something. Like it's technically that stuff that you just sucked up is supposed to go to a special spot in a landfill somewhere, like they were talking about sucking that pea gravel off of roads and whatnot. And I know a lot of places, maybe when it's still kind of fresh and loose, they can suck that off and reuse it somewhere. I don't know, but they talked about after that gets sucked up, it's been driven on with all that road debris from tires and all that stuff. There's a lot of heavy metals in it. They can't just, spread that in a park or something, it's,
Oh, heavens, no, they won't.
yeah, it's
Right.
it's a problem. So
It's not easily
anything you
disposed
pulled
of.
up with a vacuum, you'd have to probably put right into
yeah.
the transfer station there, so.
Mhm.
I have a question, Joe. How many hours does your worker spend cleaning the road a week?
Takes them
For
about a
labor.
half hour, 45 minutes to run to B and back, yep.
Not too bad then.
No, it's not bad, no. No, we do it on Wednesdays because our processors are cleaning, so that gives him time to get out. He's got some free time while they're cleaning to go out and make the road and back.
Well, I think we'll figure out some kind of, Jackie, Ken here has been around on this stuff for, what, 94?
yeah,
So,
actually 90.
Yeah, we'll.
so if anybody can figure something out, we'll put all our brains together.
Good.
That was my hope, that we would have a collaborative effort here to make things work, and I appreciate the audience.
And I'm
Yeah.
sure they make magnets for just about anything.
I would assume,
nowadays.
if not, it seems
Yeah.
like something that someone could dream up,
Yeah, I just know there's no room to cut ours
I
apart.
could, but I couldn't get it out of here,
Yeah.
here, so someone can do that better than I. Thank you, I appreciate you all for doing
Good
this.
to see you again.
Thank you, you too.
Gee. All right, anybody been to any conferences or seminars or anything? No? Allison, you got the floor.
Okey doke. So I guess, I think the fair went well. I thought our new banners looked pretty all right. I loved them. I think they're, could definitely read them from far away. They're, especially that large one. Oh my God, like it's just so big. It's so funny. I love it. I don't know. I mean, I made buttons with the kids when I was there. I don't know if anybody else did. But I think that was fun, and my buttons that I made up this year went really well. I think people really liked them.
We made a ton of them,
Yeah, good.
all kinds, and once
Yeah.
one kid has one, then,
Oh, right, yeah.
Everybody's gotta have one, huh?
That's pretty much what it is, yeah, so good. I think we'll just do that. I ordered more button supplies because we're running low. And we definitely did clear out a lot of my button stash, so I'm going to have to, instead of waiting until August to make a whole bunch, I'm gonna just do that throughout the year. I never really had to do it before because I could just crunch and do a whole bunch in August, but now that like basically all my buttons are wiped out, I'm like, oh, gotta make a bunch more. But yeah, I think it was a very successful fair. I guess my next like education thing would be at the end of the month, that last Friday, the 25th, I believe it is, or 26th. We have the conservation field day. All the, I don't remember, it's 4th or 5th graders. They go out to Hartman Creek, and I'll have a presentation with my worms and stuff, composting, vermicomposting out there. And then I also have one last, radio show appearance at the end of the month too, the last Thursday. And then program updates. I've been working on getting our RIC meeting packets all ready. That's coming up pretty quick here. I think I only have 3 RSVPs so far. So on Thursday, I'm going to send out an email to the clerks to see if they've heard any information about their board members or whatever attending. Because yeah, I think a quorum, especially now that more municipalities are going to curbside, I think our quorum is getting larger. So that's a little stressful because we just made it by the skin of our teeth like every year, I feel like. So we'll see. Hopefully people RSVP soon. What else do I got? And then the drop off sites. Wapaka, Iola, they both have their committee meetings this month. So I'll have a little bit to report, I guess, once those happen. And I didn't put it on here, but I did already submit our recycling grant to the DNR. But you know, we gotta wait till May for that anyway. So hold tight. Hopefully we get, you know, a nice award again. Yeah, short and sweet. That's all I got.
Can we go back to the fair for just a
Yeah.
moment?
Yeah.
The building this year
Oh,
was almost empty.
so weird, wasn't it?
What happened?
vendors.
What happened?
It's-
Because usually they have like all
Farmers
around the
were
perimeter and then they would have a row in the middle. But
Okay.
this year they did not have any in the middle. So it was just around the perimeter and it was like a desert
Oh,
town
God.
in there. You could have seen a tumbleweed going through. But I don't know. I still feel like there was a pretty decent number of people walking through because they weren't expecting it to be empty. You know, like they were coming to look at stuff. So they were already in there. So then they came and talked to you anyway. But yeah, they were like, where is everything? I don't know.
Fleet had some free stuff over on the other side there, so that was kind of fun. Kind of go in for that and
Right.
eat their way out with their popcorn and their
Hmm.
little coupons.
Yeah.
And I don't know, did you guys have anybody sit and like watch the videos at all a whole lot?
Actually,
The
no.
video wasn't working when I was there.
Okay, that's right. I think Jen took the laptop or whatever she said on Saturday. Yeah, because I don't know why we could not. It was working Thursday and Friday just fine. And then we were like having issues with it. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out again for next year. But at the same time, I didn't. The most interaction I had with it was a kid sitting on the floor watching it for like 7 minutes. There's just a kid sitting on the ground watching, and I was like, okay, cool. But otherwise, like I didn't really have any like adults, I guess, sit and be interested in it. Which I was hoping they would be, you know, as their kids are coloring the buttons. That was like kind of my idea, you know, the adults can sit and watch these educational videos for them. And then the kids are busy, you know, doing their buttons and coloring in this. So then like the whole family would have something to do. But that didn't really work out. I don't know. People just weren't.
The adults were kind of helping the kids.
Right, that too.
Supervising and coloring, and oh, you could do that, or whatever.
And then I should have also put something down on the tablecloths. Because after the first kid started coloring and I saw a crayon on the tablecloth, I was like, yeah, I should have thought that through a little bit, but oh well, it'll wash out probably.
Don't stay in the lines.
Right? Well, it didn't help that we gave them this little like 2-inch they could color, you know, and like kids are like used to coloring like this, so whatever. But it all worked out pretty good.
The only thing I really missed this year, and maybe I didn't look underneath enough for it, but these are the county maps. and
Oh,
the
yeah, I don't think we
county
brought any.
Schedule, the county schedule of events.
Okay.
Those two items are really a nice little foot in the door with people. If they're going by, usually say, from Wapaka County, oh, yeah, you gotta get this Wapaka County road. It's got all the roads, all the labels, all the.
And we have so many of those, we should have handed them all out, cause we just have
I saw that. That was their.
hundreds and hundreds.
Oh, sure, I probably just, I should have looked a little harder. Between that and the county schedule, it really
So
helps.
by the schedule, what are you talking about? Like the visitor
Schedule
guide?
events.
Schedule
Oh,
events
here's
to
what
fair.
happens in Iola, here's what happens in Wapaka, here's
So
what
like
happens in
visitor
London,
guide,
this time of
probably,
year,
yeah.
this
Oh,
time of
okay.
year, that time of year.
Yep.
So I was saying, cause I don't know if I've seen a list like that.
I think that visitor guide, the Wapaka Chamber puts out, that's the one we
Yes,
usually
that's,
give out.
yeah, I think that's the
Yep.
one, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I finally made just like a fair booth like checklist. So it's a lot easier to pack up and go to, every year. So I'll make a note to add that, to my list.
Did you have fun though?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
that's the main thing.
Always a good time.
Yeah. Joe, what do you know?
Not a whole lot.
Okay.
Been pretty busy working on that bucket project. Karen's been on vacation last week and this week and part of next week, so
Holy, more time off than you get. Holy
I know.
man.
Been in the-
Jeez.
been in the scale house, so I haven't really been doing a
Okay.
whole lot. It's been pretty busy.
You got things in order though. I mean,
Yeah, we're still up and running.
good. That's the main thing.
Brian, been trying to train him as much. I've been getting him up in the office, so he's coming along very well.
Good.
He's got a handle on it now. So tomorrow I'm gonna throw him to the wolves and leave him alone up in the office.
Sink
There
or
you
swim.
He asked for it, so.
That's the way I learned, you gotta do it. You can show me how
That
you
is.
want. I
And if you need something, all he's gotta do is say, hey, and I'm right there.
Yep.
So.
Actually, John had long hair when he started here. You know? Or was that the Navy? What? Was that the Navy when you got short hair? What? Or here?
I've been buzzing it since high school, but I got just as much hair as I always had, just.
In a different spot. Mine too. Yeah.
Otherwise, that's,
That's all I got.
about it.
All right, we'll send it over to the boss. John, you're up.
Okay, I don't have a whole lot specific wise. I'm gonna be giving my annual report to the county board this month, so I'll see y'all down at or some of you anyway, at the highway shop. I guess the meeting's gonna be at the highway shop again, county board meeting. I guess, I don't know if like Chair Morak really liked it there, or if you wanted to do something else, be there or whatever, but Christy sent me the agenda today. I was like, oh, you forgot to change the location back to the fairgrounds, and she's just like, oh, he requested that they keep it at the highway this time, so I don't know if that's gonna be continuous or what, so.
Some people were asking, why can't we just have it here all the time?
Yeah.
At the last meeting, some of the supervisors, so I'm
So
surprised he got some feedback.
doesn't hurt my feelings any. I wanted to know because our guys go and prep that building before the meetings, I was like, I don't wanna have them go spend a few hours cleaning up and doing all that stuff to then not have a meeting, so. But yeah, otherwise, the building stuff, I won't get into that. I'm sure if you watch public property meetings, you can get all the updates and all that stuff, so. Seems like they're cruising along and on schedule is what everybody says for the courthouse remodel, so. Things are looking good.
They have been bringing a lot of stuff in.
Yep, we're getting at least some of the demo stuff they're taking out of there, and
They said 2 trucks a day. Well, yeah, one day I think we had 6.
Is it like walls or is it furniture?
No, it's more like the ceilings and the drywall and all, yeah.
yeah, it's been a lot. These guys have been swimming and stuff back there,
Yeah, you got a project that.
Well, and I don't know, you didn't mention it, but we had that day where the truck tipped over, the trailer rigging tipped
Oh,
over.
yeah.
What do you call
The
those?
dollies on the trailer.
Yeah,
collapsed.
those.
Slabs.
Oh,
Yeah, Frank was out there, he was loading the trailer, and when you get to almost full, he'll reach over with a bucket and just push things down, and well, he was doing the last couple bucket loads into that trailer, and it rocked the last couple times he put something in there a little bit. You could see in the video, you know, probably sitting in Frank's seat, you can't see that because you're right up next to it. But that last one he put in there, he was just starting to push it down, and the whole thing just boom tipped over. I mean, fortunately the trailer didn't tip over, but it just rocked to the side, and that whatever those things are just buckled.
Dolly's buckled them.
Yeah.
Forklift time, pick it up and
Oh, no,
lock
they
it
had
up.
to bring a huge,
Loader?
no, tow truck,
Oh, really?
a
Yeah.
rotator.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, and they requested the video, and fortunately, because now we upgraded to video, we actually could give them a recording of what it was, and there's sound and everything with it. So they were trying to imply that Frank put something in there and then backed away while the bucket was in there to knock it over, and you can hear his backup alarm every time he backed up, you know, and it wasn't beeping. He just went, put the stuff in, and it just buckled.
Not only that, they have a trailer jack out there, that every time you drop trailer, you put the trailer
You're
jack
supposed to,
underneath there. Yep. And that was sitting way off in the corner.
Uh,
It was in the video.
Yeah.
So when I sent them the video, I said, if you
Yeah.
look in the upper right-hand corner, there's your brand new trailer jack.
Yeah. So it was, I mean, for a bad thing, it was good. Nobody got hurt. But I don't see how they could blame us for that, you know, because everything gets put in like that. So we're not doing anything unusual and whatever. So, but yeah, that was pretty exciting. But anyway, these guys have been doing, I don't know how many trucks a day have we been averaging. I mean,
2, if not 3 a day.
yeah, to the landfill. So
They'll have another truck come over and they'll pull both trailers.
Yep.
If we need it, so.
they've been really giving
They're
her.
very responsive. They're trying, they're doing their best, so.
Yep.
It's all we can ask out of them, so. They're,
I guess that's all I've got.
Okay. All right, next meeting, October 13th. Same time, same place, I imagine. If not, we will advise. I need a motion to adjourn
Motion to adjourn.
by Mr. Miller. Adjourn.
Okay, 421. Okay, Lois.
See you later.
See you later. All right. And